Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 11 properties, and they're actually very different, cool things we don't see every day, which I like. So I'm excited for this list. I'm excited for the weekend. If you're going to be in town, then you can sign up for the Milton Tour of Homes at miltontourofhomes.com. Imagine that. And so we'll give you an education. It takes about 2 hours of the kinds of homes and neighborhoods in your price range, and there's no cost to attend. You can buy us a Starbucks if you want, but it's not required. And it's really there for education and information purposes, because the biggest problem in 2016 is people spend too much time online and not enough time in person. So they end up putting their backs against the wall because they're in a rush, because they thought they know stuff, but they really didn't, because they didn't see anything in person. So it's one thing to rely on research just from us. It's another thing to have firsthand experience and to know what homes have actually sold for. MiltonTourOfHomes.com, or you can find it on the site. Let's get started with today's list. So 1380 Costigan number 85, $400,000, which is a good fat price point to sit a listing on. There's really not a lot in that price point. It could go for more. These are stacked towns. So you come up these stairs and then you come up another set of stairs. You've got your second floor, then your third floor. You've got a main level and a basement, which is a different unit. That's a completely different. So they're basically two up, and then you've got stack on both sides. You're attached. So essentially, depending on what floor you're on, you're attached on three sides. On this floor, you're attached only by the two sides. Between 12 and 1,300 square feet, there's 2 bedrooms upstairs plus 2 full washrooms, which is nice. You've got a laundry upstairs, pretty open concept main floor. And you've got a garage, and then the builder sold some parking spaces separately. And it looks like this one has parking for 2 cars down here. But then if you look here, it says there's only 1 parking space and 1 garage. So I would have liked to see the 2 just for extra clarity there. I think it would make a big difference even for people searching and using that criteria and looking for 2 spaces. Parking spaces is one of the most confused parts of a listing for most agents. Often they mess it up, and I'll give you another example in today's episode. But bottom line is this one's taking offers on Monday, and they've got a pretty good chance at doing better. I'll let you have a look at the pictures on your own. Another example of screwed up parking. I had clients who, before the pictures were launched, saw this listing instantly because they're plugged into our MarketWatch system. And they said, okay, semi-detached, but it's got a double garage. And I said, look, the ones on Landsborough, the semis don't have double garages. A couple of the corner ones do inside the subdivision. But I thought, I don't know about that. And then when we saw the pictures, it's not true. So it's a 1-car garage, and it may or may not have the 2 spots in the driveway. 1 and 2, usually you can fit a car down here. Inside finishes look, I would say, pretty standard for this area. $599 for this size of home. Usually it's about 1,800 square feet. Is pretty competitive. I've seen homes on Landsborough. Remember, it's linked only by the garage, not by the inside home, which means your bedrooms don't share a wall with anyone. I've seen them go for $615, $620, $625. So there's a good chance this one's going for more than $599 on offer day. So we've got a couple of nice listings in Bronte Meadows, kind of right by the hospital on the north east side of Bronte and Derry. Clover Park probably needs a little bit of work in here. Well, I mean, you can even paint these cabinets, and they actually look okay. You change the handles up, get rid of the butcher block counter, and anyway, it's got good bones, and I would say that the finished product for this one probably lands around $800,000 if it looks nice. Pie-shaped lot. There are parts of Clover Park that either back onto Derry or Bronte, so my map wasn't working really well. I couldn't see where exactly it is. Exact same price, right over on Hawthorne, a couple streets away. Usually Hawthorne's pretty good for not backing onto anything, but you always want to check that. do a drive-by, you could see both of these homes. They're probably no more than 2 minutes away from each other. And almost the same price, no interior shots in this one. I have the original floor plans for this home, believe it or not. And if memory serves correct, I think it's around 2,100 square feet. It's a good, solid, classic floor plan. Now, if orange kitchens are your thing, then we've got this one here on Sherwood. There's a lot of orange going on. There you go. I don't know if it's really that orange in person. Sometimes we see in real life they do look a little bit different because the way they're photographed. But you've got a good sized lot, 40 by 102 feet. And the street's good. Generally, this is a nice place to live. You're close to a lot of things. You could walk to the GO train in probably 10-15 minutes. Walking, never mind if you had to drive. 401 is great access. You could walk to the community center, go for a swim, take an exercise class. You can go to the library. All of this stuff by foot. Very handy. Nakerville, $799, $888, and it's 2,436 square feet. It's called Anatomy Plan 7, and it looks like the finishes are pretty good. 9-foot ceilings. That, I think they open up the walls in this one. Normally what you find is that it's very kind of, I don't know if they showed, yeah, here. So you've got like lots of walls and then dividers, and I think they changed the way that this one is configured. Possibly even opening up that space, which is good. I like that, because one of the complaints on this one is that it's a little bit kind of like choppy on the main floor. Upstairs, you've got like a little loft area, and then you've got 4 bedrooms. Depending on how people design, finish this one, and choose their main floor, I find that it's I either walk in and think, I don't like it, or I really like this floor plan. It just depends on how they chose to finish it. So this price looks very good for what you're getting inside the house. I remember when the builder sold these for like $350,000, and welcome to 2016. Now, I would have liked to check our mapping software on this one here, 347 Alexander. Normally, I don't like the shoestring shots, but I think that one's a good representation of your front entrance. The lighter kitchen is a little bit of a tougher sell for some people. Nice big window in that bedroom. You got a finished basement, and then you have a pie-shaped lot, and I'm not sure, but I'm guessing you can see some of the lines over here, which could mean, I have a feeling this is kind of on the southeast end of Alexander, which means you've got train tracks and you've got James Snow, but you still have privacy. You've got some forest, you've got some things behind. So if a little bit of noise doesn't bother you, but you like visual privacy and not seeing a lot of things, then I would say this one could be a very good match for you. And here we go. I would say that this might be one of the finest listings we've seen in Milton this year, and it should be at almost $1.6 million. Years ago, I had clients that bought 6 acres right at the end of Parkway. This area, a lot of people don't know about it, but I think it's going to develop, if it hasn't already, into one of the most desirable areas. Given Lane is another example, where you've got these massive properties, and you've got like nice mature trees, beautiful land. So anyway, they paid years ago, I think they paid 1.1, 1.2, which was unheard of at the time. Now that doesn't seem so bad. Almost an acre in town. Look at all those trees. I love the drone work. It looks terrific. Private pool. I mean, just awesome stuff. Character in this home. This is kind of strange here. This looks like it's almost off center with the fireplace, but it could just be the way that these little steel curtains are. Yeah, even not a bad kitchen, sunroom. Very cool house. That's the basement. You've got nice size windows in the basement. I tell you, this is something special. I'm definitely going to go check this one out, because it's just one of those homes that's so unique and different. And if you've got the budget for this kind of home in the country, why not buy it in town? Still get your acre of land. This property in the country is probably pushing close to $1 million, so you are paying a bit of a premium for being in town. But it's nice to be close to grocery stores. You could walk to the mall from this home in about 10 minutes. Now, a couple more on the Oakville Milton list. $719 for this one in Moffat doesn't look too bad at all. And so you've got a big barn. I think it's like 35 by 45 feet. Nice place for a workshop. The house maybe needs a little bit of work. You can tell by the design it's probably built like early 1900s. The pool has new liner in it. But I think for having a true workshop, and for this price point, a lot of times we see workshops $800-900 million. Why they've probably priced it this way is because the home needs a bit of work, but you've got nice cabinets. The floors look pretty good. You've got a tub sink here in the kitchen. I think someone could walk in, not spend a ton of money, and have this one really, really shine. It's got a lot of character, a lot of the gumwood trim here. Original floors. You've already got like a renovated clawfoot tub here. That's not, I think, the old style. I think that looks like a modern one. And the pictures just keep going. At 46 photos. One of the problems with homes of this age is the basement height, and so this looks like it's not too bad. If you look at the scale of the chair plus the ceiling, I would think someone 6 feet or more would probably be able to walk around in this basement. Get all that for $719. To me, it's looking good. You could be well priced in the country and still sit on the market for 3 to 6 months. It's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But it's not even that far from Milton too. So I do like the location. And then we've got one here on 5th Line, which is, I believe, 60 acres. That is a nice shot. That looks like the Windows wallpaper that most of us used to have. I don't know what version of Windows. That roof looks a little bit, I don't know if that's an asphalt roof. It looks a little fuzzy, which means it may need some work. Lots of charm here. That's the 1.5 story. So you've got this beautiful iron enclosure around the fireplace. Bookshelves. It's very charming. It's very nice. So both of these have a lot to offer. The biggest difference between the two of them, I would say, is just the fact that this one's such a huge piece of property. You also have you've got accessibility here too. More often than not, what happens is people include this with the home sale. So if you are a little bit older, that could work for you. If you have older relatives too living with you, that can be a big plus. So all the accessibility has been built in here. You can see the extra build-ins on the bathtub. You can see the wheelchair ramp right here. Yeah, it's very cool, very charming. Nice covered porch area and a heck of a lot of land. You get into stuff on this one, like it says 12 acres of farmable land. You start getting into tax differences, right? So is there HST that applies to the commercial? I don't claim to be an expert on farming, but you definitely want to speak to a farm specialist. If you know or if you need someone who specializes in that kind of home, let us know. Like I said, very cool list. Lots of great properties, I think, in this one. So if you want to see anything this weekend or if you want to come on a tour of homes, we are here to help. And we'll see you back here again on Monday with more Milton Daily Homes. Thank you for watching.